Attention! This video is made for scientific and educational purposes. The video does not violate YouTube's rules. Link to the document with links to the original video and quotes in the description. Hi! Today we will tell you about tear gas. About the impact of tear gas on the human body, health risks. We will also talk about methods of countering and providing assistance to victims. If you like the video, share it on social networks so that as many people as possible can see it. The time codes will be in the description and in the pinned comment. We remind you that this video is of a scientific and educational nature and does not violate the rules of YouTube. Link to the document with links to all video sources and quotes in the description. Tear gas, formerly known as a lachrymator agent or lachrymator, sometimes colloquially known as mace, is a chemical weapon that causes severe eye and respiratory pain, skin irritation, bleeding, and blindness. In the eye, it stimulates the nerves of the lacrimal gland to produce tears. Lachrymatory agents are commonly deployed for riot control by law enforcement and military personnel during relatively peaceful times, but not during war times, as using tear gas is prohibited by various international treaties. During World War I, increasingly toxic and deadly lachrymatory agents were used. Tear gas generally consists of aerosolized solid or liquid compounds, bromoacetone or xylyl bromide, not gas. Tear gas works by irritating mucous membranes in the eyes, nose, mouth and lungs. It causes crying, sneezing, coughing, difficulty breathing, pain in the eyes, and temporary blindness. With CS gas, symptoms of irritation typically appear after 20 to 60 seconds of exposure and commonly resolve within 30 minutes of leaving or being removed from the area. With pepper spray, the onset of symptoms, including loss of motor control, is almost immediate. There can be considerable variation in tolerance and response, according to the National Research Council (U.S.) Committee on Toxicology. The California Poison Control System analyzed 3,671 reports of pepper spray injuries between 2002 and 2011. Severe symptoms requiring medical evaluation were found in 6.8% of people. The most severe injuries to the eyes, 54%, respiratory system, 32%, and skin, 18%. The most severe injuries occurred in law enforcement training, intentionally incapacitating people, and law enforcement, whether of individuals or crowd control. As with all non-lethal or less lethal weapons, there is some risk of serious permanent injury or death when tear gas is used. This includes risks from being hit by tear gas cartridges that may cause severe bruising, loss of eyesight, or skull fracture, resulting in death. A case of serious vascular injury from tear gas shells has also been reported from Iran, with high rates of associated nerve injury 44% and amputation 17%, as well as instances of head injuries in young people. While the medical consequences of the gases themselves are typically limited to minor skin inflammation, delayed complications are also possible. People with pre-existing respiratory conditions such as asthma are particularly at risk. They are likely to need medical attention and may sometimes require hospitalization or even ventilation support. Skin exposure to CS may cause chemical burns or induce allergic contact dermatitis. When people are hit at close range or are severely exposed, eye injuries involving scarring of the cornea can lead to a permanent loss in visual acuity. Frequent or high levels of exposure carry increased risks of respiratory illness. How to counteract tear gas? A variety of protective equipment may be used, including gas masks and respirators. In riot control situations, protesters sometimes use equipment aside from simple rags or clothing over the mouth, such as swimming goggles and adapted water bottles. It has been suggested that the use of masks that filter solid particles is effective, if and only if the membrane manages to catch particles with sizes smaller than 60 microns. Activists in the United States, Czech Republic, Venezuela and Turkey have reported using antacid solutions such as Maalox diluted with water to repel effects of tear gas attacks, with Venezuelan chemist Monica Crowder recommending the usage of diluted antacids as well as baking soda. There have also been reports of these antacids being helpful for tear gas, and for capsaicin-induced skin pain. During the 2019 Hong Kong protests, frontline protesters have become adept at extinguishing tear gas. They have formed special teams that spring into action as soon as it is fired. These individuals generally wear protective clothing, including heat-proof gloves, or cover their arms and legs with cling film to prevent the painful skin irritation. Canisters are sometimes picked up and lobbed back at police or extinguished straight away with water, or neutralized using objects such as traffic cones. They share information about models of 3M respirator filters which have been found to be most effective against tear gas, and where those models could be purchased. Other volunteers carry saline solutions to rinse the eyes of those affected. Treatment. There is no specific antidote to common tear gases. Getting clear of gas and into fresh air is the first line of action. Removing contaminated clothing and avoiding shared use of contaminated towels could help reduce skin reactions. Immediate removal of contact lenses has also been recommended, as they can retain particles. Once a person has been exposed, there are a variety of methods to remove as much chemical possible and relieve symptoms. The standard first aid for burning solutions in the eye is irrigation, spraying or flushing out with water. There are reports that water may increase pain from CS gas, but the balance of limited evidence currently suggests water or saline are the best options. Some evidence suggests that diphoterine, a hypertonic amphoteric salt solution, a first aid product for chemical splashes, may help with ocular burns or chemicals in the eye. Bathing and washing the body vigorously with soap and water can remove particles that adhere to the skin. Clothes, shoes and accessories that come into contact with vapors must be washed well, since all untreated particles can remain active for up to a week. Some advocate using fans or hair dryers to evaporate the spray, but this has not been shown to be better than washing out the eyes, and it may spread contamination. Anticholinergics can work like some antihistamines, as they reduce lacrimation and decrease salivation, acting as an anticholagogue, and for overall nose discomfort, as they are used to treating allergic reactions in the nose, e.g., itching, runny nose, and sneezing. Oral analgesics may help relieve eye pain. Thank you for watching the video to the end. We hope that the information was useful for you and we could help you. Subscribe to not miss new videos from the world of weapons. See you soon in the new video.